Well, hello everyone. OntarioGardener here, back with a part 2 of the Coffee King. I want to say Coffee Cake, but it's more like Coffee King. In the last episode, hopefully you caught that. You saw how we got to where we're at. And I mean, for OT Day 5, with barely any, no coffee desk, here I'm desperately re-rolling for something good. And I ended up getting a blueprint desk, which isn't the greatest. And I think I grabbed the Robo Buffer because I'm like, you know what, I want to go faster. But it was basically a waste of money. Here we have more desks. I debate what I want to lock in here, and I pass on the coffee machine. We have more prep stations, of course. You always have more prep stations. That's for sure here. Always more prep stations, but prep stations are good. As you can see, the more you can stock up before your first group comes, the better. The better you're going to be. It's just the way it's going to, the way it is. Now we have 3 blueprint desks. We have the sticking and mixer again. Like we still get a bin too. We get bins. Bins are useless. Mixers, I'm going peeing the mixers because I'm like, that's useless. But you know what? It is what it is. Look at the. Okay. I think this is where I may. I think do I lose? I don't lose, but do I really mess up here? But look, I'm trying to go as fast as possible. I mean, I feel I'm confident to a point, but just look how much coffee in that one group has a double order already. The second group has a double order. Like we're pumping out coffee like crazy, and the timers don't forgive, and they don't forget, which is a funny kind of saying. There's a prep station again. I didn't. Like, I think that's the third one I saw. Another research desk. I'm like, do I need more research desks? I don't think so, do I? And here we have auto coffee in the top left. We have auto coffee on the right. We have manual coffee in the middle. So we're still pumping out 3 cups. But it's still slower than having 2 regular machines. If I'd have 2 automated machines fully, it'd be faster than having these 3 that are, semi-automated and not. And the groups are coming in, group of 4, group of 3, group of 4, group of 4, group of 3, group of 3. Like that right there is a lot. We get another coffee machine, hint, another prep station. I end up passing on a lot of these. I think the reason why I pass on them is I just don't see them. Like I'm trying to go fast. And, that's just what I'm trying to do. And I didn't call anybody. That group on the right wants a double order. Of course they want a double order because why wouldn't they? It's getting hairy. And there's a coffee table. I'm not really using coffee tables yet, so I ping I ping things that I want to point out to you guys. Cause I know we're at 1.5x speed. We're buzzing through this. It's getting dicey. It's getting dicey. We're OT Day 5 already though. Look at it's just funny to look at them because they're like fish. I mean, like you're stocking a creek and you're dumping them out of the fish truck to get into the water through a bucket. It's just like boom, boom, boom. I do lock in. And most of you probably have no idea what I'm talking by the way. So just. And there was another conveyor belt. So excuse me, I'm just talking about stuff down home. I used to help stock the creeks and the streams down home for fishing season back in the day. So I'm just going off of there. When you open up the truck to get fish into the bucket, they come pouring in like that. Anyway. If you grew up in the city, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, which is perfectly fine as well. There we go. So that's the day. I mean, it is sped up again, 1.5x speed. But, that day took around 5 minutes, 6 minutes per day. Here I'm debating about, you'll see later on how, I don't do it yet. Here I'm like, let's just ditch these things. We need conveyor belts, or we need grabbers, I should say. Don't really need conveyor belts. You would need a portioner and combiner if you're doing iced coffee, which I don't even think we ever get the iced coffee card. We have the latte card, and we have the tea card, we have the sugar, the milk, the cake stand, and we don't want any of that. And here I'm debating what do I want to do. Do I want to buy the blueprint desk? I don't. I pass on it because having more than 3 isn't really going to be helpful for us. And here I'm like, okay, do I do research? Well, I do research. Do I want more prep stations? The answer is no. I need to get better. I need to get things better automated. That's basically where we're at. But having 2 grabbers a day to we don't have a copy desk, right? So would it be nice to try to get a copy desk? Yeah. Do we ever get a copy desk? You'll find out. But again, I'm preloading as much as I can on every surface as I can. Here again is where having another prep station would work out. There's another coffee machine. I'm looking right at it with my character, debating, do I want another coffee machine? I'm like, I think for now I'm okay. There's another coffee machine. There's 2. Another prep station. Yes, I know we're seeing things that go along with this type of run, like coffee machines and prep stations. But you remember, the first 10 or 11 days, we barely saw any of that, and now it's all we see. Because the game says, I think you need more coffee machines. You need more this, and this. And you know what? They're not wrong. They're not wrong at all. And the beauty with this, even though the groups are so close together and you may mess up an order, it's all the same. So if you feed it and they still have that patience bar or whatever above their table, you missed one. All you do is go back, slap it down, you're good to go. No harm, no foul. That's the beauty with doing something like this. Like, I know some people have said, "Oh, this is such a good theme, a good map because things are they're relaxed and this and they are relaxed if you play them relaxed. If you don't have rush cards, this can be a very relaxing run. Even if you don't take any of the sides or the extras or whatever you want to call them, it can still be a relaxing run. But if you have like herd mentality and you have rushes, I keep saying rush cards, but you know what I mean, the herd mentality cards, whatever. If you take things like that, then you're not. It's harder. Naturally, it's harder. I love having the prep stations, of course, because in between the rushes, in a sense, all we're doing is making coffee. And by the time the next one comes, I think we have 12 cups made, or we have 10 cups made now. Going for 11, 12, 13, with the backup that we have up there. And we have 2 grabbers. So I'm like, okay, how can we use these 2 grabbers to my benefit? Well, it's hard because we don't have another machine. Look at them coming in. It is insane. And the thing is, I love instant ordering, and instant ordering for this makes so much sense. If it wouldn't be instant ordering, it'd be too easy. I know there are some people who probably are watching this that haven't franchised this because it got to be too fast. But I mean, to me, days 1 through 15, even if you take like bad customer cards, it's still very, very easy as long as you're not calling. And remember, we got our herd mentality card. Was that on day 3 or was that day 6? Like, we got it super, super early in the run. But what that does mean, though, is it means that we're prepared as the run goes on, right? Like, we're prepared for this, which is a good thing. Because if we weren't prepared, like if you're at OT day 20 and you get the rush cards and you're not set up to deal with that many customers, you're going to lose. At least we're set up with it from the beginning. I mean, we only have 4. We have 4 tables or 5 tables. Here I'm like, okay, now we got double helpings, but double helpings does reduce it though, right? So that is a benefit. We have 4 top tables. Here I'm debating about how am I going to set this up? Because I have 2 grabbers. I want to have more automation, and I'm just moving things out of the way here because I know I'm going to be able to buy 2 grabbers if I want to. How do I want to do this? I want to do it like this. I think you'll see how I have it set up. And we go into practice mode because now that one machine can now feed 2 prep stations, which is great. And then I'm going to buy this grabber, which is going to get rid of, how do I end up setting this up? I don't even remember how I end up doing it, by the way. Because I'm taking my time to decide how to automate this because I'm trying to think, okay, how can I automate it as where it makes it's feasible, where it makes the most sense. And now, if I was smart about it, I could automate it. Oh, I ended up automating it anyway. Never mind. I ended up doing it the way I was planning on doing it. So this is a smart way because you're basically using one machine to pull the empty cups out of, and that technically can feed into 3 machines, which you'll see later on. It doesn't. Or do I end up changing that? I don't remember if I end up changing that or not. Because theoretically, I could have that one corner grabber being a straight grabber pulling into the coffee machine that doesn't have a grabber. But I think for now, I just leave it alone. But again, we have lots of prep stations. The prep stations are key. If you think you're going to get through this run without using prep stations, you are wrong. Unless you're taking all the different types of coffees. Then, you have all the reductions, right? Like right now we're OT day 7. We only have a couple reduction cards. If we'd have all the sides, we probably would have 2 groups, 3 groups, And now we're waiting. We're doing do research every day. I mean, we're still going to only upgrade these to regular grabbers, but regular is better than nothing, right? And the beauty you can see the system that we have set up here, obviously. And it's working, quite well for us. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we're being able to feed 2 prep stations, but you'll see how fast I locked in. What did I lock in there? I don't remember where that even was. So I'm kind of paying attention to this. I'm more paying attention to watching myself on the screen because right now we have so much. We have like 20 coffees. Well, let's see. We have 4, 4, 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We have like 22 coffees. 12 more grabbers. I lock in a grabber. I think I might have locked in might have been a research desk. We'll find out. And here, like, just look how many customers. Like, we're going as fast as I can go. Boom, we're just pumping it out, and it's working fine. But look how many people want double orders. Because remember, like we got that other card, and now everybody is wanting double orders. Everybody. So this is where, like, imagine you have to start doing lattes or something. It'd be impossible to start doing lattes with this. Of course, they're lattes. I say latte because it's funnier. Like, how could you do that with this? I mean, you're like, okay, I need 3 lattes, and I need 1 coffee, and I need 4 lattes. It's like, no, just pump out coffee. All we're doing, we are the coffee king, and we're just pumping out coffee. There we go. So we're doing very, very well here. Yeah, we're doing fine here. Well, fine with an asterisk. Again, do I even have the phone? I don't even have a phone, so you can see how many customers are coming in without even calling. At this stage, calling isn't really necessary because you only want to be calling people if you have wait time in between tables, and we don't because of the sheer amount that we're serving. But we are making money. I mean, there's 8, there's 8, there's 12, there's 8. Like, each one is worth 1. But if they're order, or sorry, each one is worth 2. Is it worth 1 or worth 2? I don't remember. But regardless of what it's worth, can't remember. If they're ordering it twice, you're going to get paid twice, right? So that's good. And here we look at this. Our next rush is coming in, or our next. I guess I should say the next herd is coming in but it is the rush, and it's coming. It's doing good. I mean, I'm just loading up tables. So I'm like, you know what? I want to make them use those coffee tables a little bit. So I should have locked in. Look at this. It's just. It's insane, just insane the sheer amount of customers with something like here. Again, I mess up which one is which, but look, I'm just going fast. I'm like, can I double up on trainers? No. Okay, double order. So far, every table has had a double order. Every one, all of them. But there's 12 coins there. We're making money. Well, there's another 16 coins. There you go. They must be getting 2 coins per coffee, right? I think is how it works. And as long as you have the amount, as long as you have the coffee coming in, you can serve it super, super fast. Now, if I'd have a robo buffer, would that be helpful for me or would it be a hindrance? I think it would actually be a hindrance for me, honestly. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes you can go too fast. Believe it or not, you can go too fast. And that sometimes is a problem. Here I'm like, do I even need the phone anymore? I think I just put it up there. Maybe I get rid of it. I don't remember. And yeah, I mean, I'm so lucky because, again, remember, as I say, guys, it's in the beginning when you're buying tables to push messes back. Just keep in mind that if you end up getting a medium group card, you already have all the tables you need. You're not going to need to get any more tables. Do I want another prep station? I'm debating what to take. Do I take it? Do I take a research desk? I don't think I do. Oh, I ended up locking the blueprint cabinet is what it was. And here I'm just doing my research because I wanted to get a different type of grabber. Because for every coffee machine that you're going to pull full cups out of, you need to have a smart grabber. Otherwise, it's going to pull empty cups. It's just the way it works now. So you have to be a little bit more creative. And here you can see I lock in 2 more coffee machines, guys. 2 more. It's starting to get a little crazy. We're not anywhere done with this series. Or with it. Look at them coming in. This is without calling. Look at the rush coming in, and they were using a coffee table, by the way. Just look at them, and I'm going crazy. Look at me. I'm just spinning. I mean, I know some people say, "Oh, you should use a controller." I don't know. I couldn't work a controller like this, especially when everybody. Because remember, we have the brew, 50% brew. We have double orders, and we have all you can eat. So we have all the cards that we can have for this run that gives us a chance to have double orders. If we wouldn't have any of those cards, we'd have a lot more groups, of course, because the one's 15 and the other one I think is 30, or maybe only one of them is 30. It doesn't matter what it is. But point being, it's we're serving twice as many groups. We're serving. How much coffee did we serve there? I want to try to count it when the next group comes in. And again, the way it works is if say you have 18 groups, well, 6 groups are going to come in the morning, 6 at lunch, 6 at nighttime, right? But if you have an odd number, it could be more in the morning, more at lunch, more at night. Like there isn't, I don't think, an exact formula how it works. But look at it, we're just pumping coffee. Double order 1, double order 2 coming up, double order 3 coming up, right? The 3 so we have. That's the single order, that one, I think. You can tell how many orders they've served because look at the mess at the tables. And now we've exhausted all of our coffee to a point. I'm like, okay, we have 3 coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom, boom. And now we just have to wait again to let it fill back up. And they want a double. Oh, no, they don't want doubles. There you go. And you can see how you may say, wow, man, 4 prep stations are way too many. No, they're not, because it's obvious why not. Because we go through more than 16 cups per rush. Look at them coming in. Look at that. It's like cows going to slaughter. And it's just, all right, there's one group. There's 2 groups down. 3 groups down. 4 groups down. 5 groups down. But look, double order again. Double order again. Every group is ordering twice. I think every order. So instead of having 5 groups, we're having 10 groups. So we're serving twice as much freaking coffee, because that's the card we have. Like, I mean, ultimately having 3 extra amount of customers, 3 extra, I guess, buffs or debuffs to get more orders is hard. Especially with if you wouldn't have herd mentality with this would be so much easier. But I didn't want to do sides. And here I'm like, okay, let's just start getting rid of some of this junk. Like, we have so many countertops. That's one thing with this map. I mean, it's almost like the reused lake map from the Valentine's Day thing. I think it was the Valentine's Day or the Chinese New Year, whatever it was, when you had the lake map. I think it was the Valentine. No, it was the Chinese New Year, because you have the cherry blossoms. So here I'm like, okay, how can I set this up a bit better? Because we have so many more coffee machines. All right, I got that one set up. We got this one set up. So now I'm like, all right, now we're rocking and roll. Now we have a double setup here, which is great. More coffee machines. How can I now make this one automated? Well, you'll see exactly what I do right here. I end up putting in there a corner grabber, and then this one has to go. Do I do the? Do practice right away. Lock it in right away, and then it's done. Do we have a smart grabber? I don't think we're actually set up for that quite yet, are we? Yeah, so I end up just buying. Well, you'll see what I do. I end up buying the machines and just setting them up, and I buy the prep station. Like, we're going ham, right? People say with prep station. Now I'm just locking in this coffee machine. Just like, I'm debating. Okay, do I want to have another coffee machine making coffee, or do I want to have another prep station prepping the coffee? And I'm thinking, how else could I have this set up with the grabbers I have? And the answer is you can't. So I'm like, how do I want to do this? This, and then do I want to put it here? And then I'm like, I don't like it here. Do I end up leaving it there or not? I don't think I do. Do I? I do practice mode just to make sure everything works. As you can see, auto coffee there. Look at the cats coming in, by the way. That's cute. Auto. So we actually have 3 auto setups right now, which is great. But then I end up changing my mind anyway and putting the prep station down here, which ultimately is better, because now instead of having 3 coffees being made at one time, we have 4 being made at one time. So right now we're basically back to having 2 regular machines, if you want to look at it that way. And we have tons of prep stations, but right now we have 4 prep stations are being handled right now with 2 machines, which is fine. And the 2 machines in the front are basically my extras that I manually will fill up prep stations. Because why not? Don't rely on your automation, especially with a run like this. If you have that debuff right with one of your first cards, you gotta have more. Now again, if I'd have all 6 of these laid out, would it be as fast? No, because I'd manually have to pick up and put down the cup every single time, and I had to manually pick up and put down the cup every single time. So this way, there's always cups being fed in. Here I panic. I'm a little bit panicked because the groups that are sitting outside. I'm like, okay, do you have double orders? And the reason why is because I end up picking up the tables I'm like, let's just get these out, and then we start doing this, because that middle table still has a cup on it, which I mess here. I pick it up there, so I didn't mess up. It was an oversight, but it doesn't matter. Look at this. I'm like, all right, boom, 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 boom. I mean, yeah, I still would prefer not to have herd mentality, honestly, but you can see just how well we're doing even with herd mentality. We're doing more than surviving. We're actually succeeding quite well for now, asterisk for now. All right, we're doing so good. Like, I'm so happy. Like, this is one of my. I'm sure most of you have seen my coffee bean series. That's where I basically took all the extras, because all the new cars I took, because I wanted to show what it looked like. Look at all these customers. So we have 3.5 prep stations full. Let's look how easily they get depleted. But I do like having a full prep station with 4 and just dumping it all on one table. Now, if I was smart here, I could put a grabber pulling off of that leftmost, prep station going to the left. Then that table on the left would always be auto served. But the problem is if it can't keep up, then it's not auto served. So it's I'd rather just do it manually because, I don't know. Now, I know people love the tray stand. For this setup here, if we'd have it all fully automated, not with me having to put in cups, having a tray stand would definitely be helpful because you're only serving coffee. But we don't have that set up. I don't like the tray stand. You guys know what I don't like. I hate the flower pot. Look at it, it just popped up. I hate the flower pot. I find it very cheaty, like very extra cheaty. Because oh, okay, here you go. I'm gonna lose. So just here, take this cup away, and now I don't lose. No, you should lose based on skill. If you make a silly mistake in prep mode, like you can't have access to something, that's not deemed a failure. That's just I forgot to change it. But if you're not serving customers fast enough because of your own skill level, your own setup, well, yeah, it's your fault, man. You got to learn as you go. And do I end up doing any research? I think I got my smart grabber because a smart grabber is what we need to get the next set of automation. You'll see how I'm not sure if I do it here or not. But we're making some serious cash. 600 coins. Player count bonus 120. So we're making some serious coins right now, which is, well, excellent. Here I'm like, okay, where can I put a 4-banger table? And the answer is nowhere. I can't put a 4. Do I end up changing how one of the tables is set up? Oh, no, I think I'll leave it. I mean, here I'm debating about how I want to do the grabber setup. Remember, we still don't have a copy desk, right? I get rid of the counter, and do I do some re-rolling here? I think I do or do I not? Yeah, because we have 1,400 coins. I'm trying to re-roll to get grabbers. So we got a conveyor. I think I take that. Do I take it? Yeah, I do take it. And then, okay, what else do you want? Let's just keep re-rolling. And I mean, we're up to 60 coins now. I should have bought the coffee table. There's a discount. I should have bought that coffee table, but here we're in another coffee machine. I think I'm like, you know what? I think I spent enough. I'm just going to buy it and just be done with it. Because what I can do is I can take this grabber and now we can have that one. Even though it's a small grabber, it's fine because now all the machines are all fully automated. And here I'm just putting fillers in here. Because now we have all 4 machines. I just want to double check that they're all working. So all 4 machines are fully automated, which is amazing. 2 of the machines are filling 4 prep stations, or so each one of them is filling 2, which is amazing, by the way. And now, it's getting a little easier. Excuse me. It's getting a little easier in general. And the reason why is because I don't have to manually fill the coffee, but I still have to empty them. So it's, you're saving maybe a half a second per, not even a half a second, less than half a second per cup, because to fill it is tap, even with a controller, it's still tap. And here all I'm doing is I'm helping out because theoretically, one machine cannot fill 2 prep stations faster than one machine filling a prep station and a manual machine filling a prep station, which is still 2 machines, of course. All right, here we go. Just look at the first rush. I'm not sure how many groups we have. I should try to talk about that in the beginning every time. But look at that. Look at that. That's without calling anybody. Look at that. And they're sitting outside because I think I forget to pick up and put down somewhere. No, I didn't. But just look at the speed that I'm going. That's why I'm calling myself the Coffee King. You don't think I'm the Coffee King, but I'm the Coffee King. Look at this. Who's doing this right now? Locking in conveyor belts, prep stations, just going nuts. I know I missed a couple in the end, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? We're still banging it out. I still don't notice it. Now I notice it. Oh, look, the hosting stand, which I never use because why? It just the sheer amount of. And the thing is, we're still on the morning rush, and the funny thing here is like there's not. It doesn't seem like there's as many tables ordering twice. It's so weird. I know it's very random. There's no rhyme or reason. One day to the next, why you'll have one, where everybody orders double, and then the other one why you don't order double. I don't know. It doesn't work that way. But the key here is you want to keep filling stuff. I lock in a prep station again. We have 5 prep stations. We have 20 cups of coffee. They're almost 20 cups already made, but we go through it like it's water. Just look how fast. I mean, yes, I know this is 1.5x speed, but just imagine this in real time. Like I'm just spinning and spinning. If I wouldn't have trainers, this would be so much harder. Trainers are really not saving the day. I would be able to accomplish what I'm accomplishing, without the trainers. But the trainers are significantly helping. A significant help. And here we're back to waiting. So one good thing is that the prep stations can almost refill themselves completely. Do we refill completely here? I think we do, right? There, it's refilled completely there in between rushes. So that means we're producing more than 20 cups at I don't know, every couple seconds, I guess. Look at them coming in. Look at the group. And they funnel in like at the Matrix when they had the what do they call them? The Sentinels coming in through that hole in Zion, and they just pour out. Like, that's what this looks like when they're pouring into the door. I mean, I've watched some people play this, but I've never seen someone have a run where there's this many like customers, this many groups. I mean, I still would prefer this to individual dining because, again, you still always have that wait, and that's what I think the killer is, or what is, what's hurting. Because if you have individual dining and everybody's ordering doubles, you're serving more customers than if you have the groups that are ordering doubles, because you have more customers. And like I wouldn't want to do that. There's more running involved. I know some people probably right now, like 700 coins today. I know some people right now are looking at it saying, why don't you have just a bus system going by with coffee? You know why? Because it would not be as fast. It can't keep up. It can't. Unless you have them pulling out of a prep station. But you know what? It still wouldn't, trust me, it still would not be fast enough. I serve 4 cups faster than a grabber would serve 2 cups. Easily. Without question. You're serving it faster. Here I'm just buying, and here's where I'm at the debate. I'm like, okay, so no, not here yet, sorry. Here I'm just buying things just because it looks cool. What do I buy? I want to buy all the Yachty sign and 2 Yachty signs and one T sign. If they're backwards is how they say it. And here I'm like, okay, it has the eating time or the deciding what they want to eat time, and there's no delivery phase. But now I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, how does that work? Because there's no delivery phase now anyway, right? But how if you're going to have the time that it's going to take them to wait for the initial food, it would be terrible. So I debate what I want to do. I'm like, do I lock it in? Do I not lock it in? And I don't look it up. I mean, I'm like, I think I eventually, well, you'll see, I eventually kind of make the correct decision with all this, with the decorations. But I mean, having the stuff up looks cool anyway. Look at that. We got a scrubby brush. We have dining table, sharp cutlery. I mean, I don't think I've ever used sharp cutlery in my life. I never used the candlesticks. It's just, even some of my larger tier runs where you have a lot of stuff to prepare in the beginning of the day, I still don't use that stuff. I don't know. There we go. I did pause it there for a second because I had to take a phone call, so I came right back to it. There I'm like tapping on the combiner. I don't know why. I'm doing that. There's another mixer again, flower pot. I'm tapping on that. I think I'm tapping on the things that are trash. Look at this. Look at the rush. Look at it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 groups. And I'm panicking because just look at the timer outside. It is going down slowly, but just look. Okay, never mind. No look anymore because we lucked out. Okay. Luck, there's no luck involved. This is, and the thing is, I've done all this, guys, without a discount desk, without a copy desk. Granted, we had our OT day 11, but I mean, I had automation early. A lot earlier than I would probably plan to have it. But here, we just got to keep pumping them out. Just pump out the coffee. Pump up the jam, pump out the coffee. Just boom, 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 as fast as you can. Because you got double orders coming in. But I mean, the coffee machines that we have, now if all 4 of these would be pushing into 4 prep stations, well, then it'd be game over. But you need to have the space. You need to have 2 tiles for coffee machines, and you need to have 2 tiles for grabbers, and you need to have a tile for prep stations. You need to have 5 tiles. If you're sharing machines, you need 5 tiles plus 3 tiles, or 4 tiles or whatever. But it's still a lot. And the way that the map, I mean, luckily this one is 4 deep. The dining room is 4 deep compared to 3 deep, like some of them were. I think some of them were 3 deep. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong on that, but yeah, we're just. We have 5 tables. I mean, I was debating early on, do I want to try to have a 6th table? And the answer is no. because we had the herd mentality card, remember? So like we shouldn't be getting more than 5 or 6 groups at a time. I mean, unless we get to OT day 50 when we'll have 12 or 13 groups at a time. But here I'm shifting all the coffee down to the prep stations that don't have action or don't have an auto action to them. And as you see, we're almost stocked completely up. We have 6 prep stations. That's 24 cups of coffee. We're pretty much there too. 24 cups of coffee. And just look how it gets depleted. Look how it gets depleted, people. This is just... I missed one on the right-hand side, but so what? But it's like, they're all doubles too. There's a double. The one on the second to the right table, that one there was not a double, thankfully. And I missed one over there again, because they're so far away. I should have moved that one chair next to where the blueprint desk was. And here, look at this. We're waiting on coffee now. Like, we're like, okay, we're not struggling, but we're like, all right, just calm it down here. I think these are the last ones of the day. They went double. I think that's it, right? Now, you may say, well, you should have upgraded the prep stations to frozen preps. Why? And, because I want to know why. If you say you should have upgraded into a frozen prep, I want to know why. We got double prep stations there, by the way. And yeah, I want to know why do that? Like, what's the benefit of doing that? And in my opinion, there's no benefit of doing that, because the frozen prep stations only help you out in the initial beginning part of the day. So here I'm doing remodeling. I'm trying to think to myself, okay, how can I set this up to where I'm getting more automation out of this? And I toss around some ideas. You'll see what I end up coming up with here. Because remember, you always have to have a smart grabber pulling out of your second machine with a full coffee cup. If you don't, it's just not going to work. So here I'm like, okay, how can I set this up better? All right, is this any better? No, this is exactly kind of how we had it, by the way. This isn't really any different. I'm like, okay, well, I have all these prep stations. Do I change anything? Because right there, the one in the top left-hand corner, that machine right there is obsolete. It's not needed at all, because I think I do switch it back. In here, I'm just brainstorming. Mainly, instead of having one machine or one set of machines going to one prep station, or sorry, to 2 prep stations, I want to try to have it going to 1 prep station, like 1-to-1. And you'll see how we do it here, because I have another grabber up there. And we'll see. Do I end up re-rolling it all? I think I do, because here I'm debating about I think I re-roll on this, do I? Yeah, because we have so much money, or maybe I don't re-roll. I think I get a frozen upgrade to a frozen prep station. I don't know why, by the way. It's kind of, again, I just went through the whole spiel of why. So here I'm like, okay, is this any better? The answer is kind of, but not really. And the reason why I'm debating this is because we're actually now having 2. We'll see how I have it set up here. So now I switch it around to have it like this. And the reason why is because instead of having one machine, 2 machines we're going to be feeding that leftmost. And here I'm debating more about what to do. Oh, I have to reset. I have to set it. That's why I'm doing like that. Because before, the other setup I had before this practice mode, I had 2 machines feeding into 1 prep station, and then half of one machine feeding into another one. But that makes no sense. You want to have 1 machine or 1 set of machines feeding each prep station, which you see right here is what we have set up. Almost, I should say. The one on the left is feeding itself. The other 2 are feeding 2, which it's still better than having. It's still better than nothing. And the issue here is space constraints. It's just space. Luckily, you can feed things over top of the counters like that with a conveyor belt, which is good. Here I see another coffee machine. So right now we have 2, 4, 5. We have 7 coffee machines right now. Now, we could have all 7 lined up. Would that be faster? Absolutely not. Because right now we only have one. Actually, we only have one manual at all machine, and that one's where I'm standing at. And the reason why I call it manual is because we have to physically take the cup out. All the other ones are fully automated. And here, just wait until you see. Here's another. Yeah, always grab grabbers. Wait till you see the amount of groups that come in right here. Look at this. It's like a football team off of a bus. And there are 3 groups standing outside. So I start to panic because I'm like, okay, shoot, what am I going to do here? I can pump out the coffee, pump it out, and that's what I'm doing. But look at all the double orders. And I lock in another. Like I'm still on the ball with locking in conveyor belts. Like I don't miss a beat when it comes to that. Even if I don't need them, I lock them in anyway. But But here, the way that you got to do it with these rush cards or the herd mentality card is, as long as you get everybody inside, you're fine. Just hustle, 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 and you'll be fine, basically. Which I end up being fine here. And we're only halfway through the day. That's for sure here. But this is the last day of this episode, so I want to give you my little end spiel. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please sincerely leave me a like as well as a comment. Do you think I'm doing all right here? 7 prep stations. Is that excessive? Look at the customers. Look at them coming in. Oh my gosh. Look, it's like they're insects. They're like they're ants pouring into like some rotten food on the ground. I've never seen this ever in this game before. Like the way these customers come in, I've never seen it. Like they pour in. And I know it's a rush, and I know it's a herd mentality. I just can't imagine if this would be individual dining, what would happen. Because we'd have twice as many groups, probably even more than twice as many at this OT Day 12. It flabbergasted me how the game supports like having that many customers come at one time without calling, without anything. But again, here we serve them all well before the next herd comes in. These will all be restocked or pretty much close to being restocked, which is great. Anyway, I'll go back to my thing. If you guys enjoyed this episode or any other episode or video on my channel, hit the subscribe button, tick the bell notification icon, much appreciated. Also, go down to the description. Look at the customers coming in. Go down to the description. There's a link to the Ontario Outdoorsman, which is my second channel. I'm trying to build up my subscriber base. I think I'm at around 40 subscribers. If anybody of you guys could pop on over there to subscribe to that channel, I have a lot of cool things coming out, a lot of bushcraft, camping stuff coming out from July into August into September this year. A lot of renovation stuff. I have a lot of videos that I have to edit, a lot of kind of time-lapse stuff with bees, a lot of cool stuff. So please go over there, hit the subscribe button. It would really help me. I'm really trying to grow that channel. And it'd be amazing, guys. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to sign off here. Well, we have a couple seconds left. I think this is the last table, or they want doubles. No, they don't. We're end up good to go here, guys. I do my research. I almost forgot to do the research, which I think I end up doing all 3 because they have to get to the end of the day. There it is, guys. Thanks a lot.